The French diva Catherine Donahue has slammed the Me Too movement that was launched by her counterparts in Hollywood. You may remember that the Golden Globes Awards this year had featured Hollywood's top female stars like Meryl Streep and Daryl Hannah, who were dressed completely in black. They declared that Hollywood was never going to see sexual exploitation of women by powerful male producers and directors anymore. But Europe is not the United States. Here, hashtag campaigns don't spread like viruses, and Europeans have a different approach to life and to sex. Along with 100 prominent French women have signed an open letter which was published in the French daily Le Monde, which has outraged feminists around the world. More so because it is signed by a diva who has been Marianne, the official face of France's national symbol of liberty, in busts, posters and also public campaigns. The Miss Donahue, the 74-year-old diva, would have certainly seen her share of sexual advances during her multiple award-winning career. Yet here are some of the provocative statements the letter responding to the Hollywood campaign contains. The Miss Donahue acknowledges that rape must be awarded the toughest punishment, but flirting, even if it were to be clumsy, is nothing but normal male behavior. Now, the letter also notes that opening doors, pulling chairs or other such small acts which are done by men for women are not patronizing. They're merely acceptable gestures of chivalry. The Miss Donahue further writes that just like witch hunting in medieval times, the Me Too campaign claims to be for the greater good, for the protection and liberation of women, but what it actually is doing is to enslave them to a status of eternal victim and reduce them to defenseless praise of male chauvinistic demons. Now, the letter that has been signed by Ms. Donahue points out that the Me Too campaign has placed flirtatious men in the same category as sex offenders. They were not given a chance to respond or defend themselves, and Ms. Donahue further writes that this kind of arbitrary justice to send the pigs to be slaughtered will actually have the reverse effect. It will only confirm the views that are held by extremists that women are some other species and demand to be protected. All right, let's also listen to some of the experts from our prime time debate as to what they have to say over this very controversial debate that's been kicked up by the French diva.
Catherine Donahue, as a woman, as an actor, has always been very vocal as far as sexuality, sexual freedom goes, as far as women are concerned. So it's really disappointing that such a misinterpreted statement sort of comes from her. There's a very clear distinction between flirting, between, sexes and harassment. There's a very, very clear distinction between consensual flirting, which of course we all understand that it has happened from the time that, this planet has been there. And we all enjoy that as men and women. According to the preferences of the sexes that we have. But I think there's a very, very clear distinction between that and harassment. And I do not think that it can be misinterpreted or it can be, thought about either or. So it's very disappointing that such a letter and such a statement comes from someone who we all as young actors have adored, not only because of the body of work as an actress that she's had, but even otherwise as a woman.
Now, we've heard about the infamous Harvey Weinstein case in Hollywood, which had a domino effect, a cascading effect, with more women coming out and accusing him and other actors of sexual abuse and molestation and so on. We've heard such reports from Europe as well, from the British film industry. Why is Hindi cinema, or the so-called Bollywood fraternity, so keeping quiet on this issue? Are you telling me that this is alien to Bollywood culture and Bollywood industry?
No, I think in Bollywood, we still have a long way to feel empowered enough, safe enough to actually name and shame.
No, but Tanishta, what stops, what prevents actors like you, educated women who speak their mind, know their mind, what prevents actors like you to come out in the open and call a spade and call people out for their behavior?
I said that, we do not feel empowered and safe enough. And so most of us, we make a choice right in the beginning. Because, within the industry, we all know that, there are certain kinds of production houses or certain kinds of producers or directors who have, indirect pressures on their actresses, and we decide not to work with them. And by that, we make a choice that, we would let go of the work instead of getting onto the couch. So some of us just clearly make that distinction and make that choice.
Okay, let me rephrase my question, Tanishra. Is it rampant in Bollywood or not?
Yes.
Do you acknowledge, let's acknowledge to begin with, does it happen in Bollywood or not?
I think it's much, I think, to be honest, it's much better now than how it was 10 years back. When I first started, to how it is now, I think it's much better. I think there are more professional people working. There are more women in positions of power. And I think the younger lot, the directors, producers, they are far more professional than how it used to be.